two, I cannot believe, but this is the last video that I have to make. Mrs. Deans and I are becoming a bit of an expert at this recording and sitting in front of a screen. But this week, you're speaking and listening. I thought you could watch a little bit of Finding Nemo. Nemo is going off to school for the first time. And actually, I think the person that's a little bit worried is Dad. But I'm just going to put a little bit of a clip on whilst I talk to you, and you can have a watch.
All right, where's the break? You still a break? Sometimes you can't tell the spoon is rushing to the area. Now, any rushing foolish, how many strikes do I have? It's not a strike question. 3. No! See, something's wrong with you. I have 1, 2, 3. That's all I have. Oh, you're okay. How's the lucky fin? Lucky. Let's see. Are you sure you want to do this here?
Finding Nemo is one of my favourite films, but Nemo's going off to school, which fits in with our theme. You're going to be going into year 3 soon, so I want you to think about how you feel about going to school. Share your fears and worries with an adult. I'm sure they will be able to remember when they had to go to school a long time ago, but maybe they can think about their new job and how worried they feel. You're reading this week. We're going to continue with Australia, and we're going to be thinking about Aboriginal symbols. Pop out into your garden or go to the park and see if you can find some small pebbles. Nail polish works well, or these Sharpie pens will work. Draw your symbols on your stones. The Aboriginals would use these symbols to tell a story. I've got an Aboriginal boomerang. This is a symbol. You could draw that. You might find something like this. There is a sheet for you to look at. This would be the symbol for getting together. It looks a little bit like a table set up. If you just look at the board behind me, this symbol is the rising sun. Use the sheet and then get some stones and you can set out your symbols into a story that you can read to an adult or another person that's in your home. You're writing this week. I'd like you to read the worry box. It's ready for you to read, and then you're going to write some questions. Questions, don't forget, we'll start with those question words: who, what, why, how, and they end with she, ha. If you can't think of any questions, then write a statement. A statement is something that's true and will end with that full stop, ha. I am worried that I won't be in the same class as my best friend. That's a statement. It may be true. You might think of a question such as, what if I don't like my new teacher? She, ha. So have a little think and you can write it down. If you are worried about something year 2, sometimes writing it down really helps. Your phonics this week, I'll give you a clue. What's this? I've picked up my pencil. Now if you hear ooh, you hear an and ooh. Phonics can be really challenging because the graphemes for the word pencil is actually IL. So I have written a few ill words on my sheet. I've got pencil, evil characters in your book, fossil. If you go hunting, you might find a fossil. And my last one here is what you are a pupil. Often what you hear, the way you say it, is not always the way that you write it. But have a go, practice saying the words and writing them out. We're looking for the IL graphemes at the end of your words. Okay, now your maths this week is pattern spotting, odd and even numbers. If you are lucky enough to have some dominoes at home, these are really good for playing and finding your odd numbers. So I've got a 5 there. I can see that it's an odd number because I've got my 2, and an odd 1 in the middle. I've got another domino here that's got my 5 and a 6. So if I was playing dominoes, I could just match up my odd numbers. You may decide that you want to draw your picture out to help you. So think about those Dean's rods and how you may want to lay it out. Activity number 2, what do you notice about the answer? Look carefully at your picture. Can you see anything in any of them that would work in exactly the same way if you used 2 odd numbers? Can you use your one example to prove what will happen every time you add 2 odd numbers? So for example, if I was to write my odd number, so I might have 5 plus 1, they're both odd numbers. 5 plus 1, 6. 6 is an even number. So let me try 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 is 7. Add 3, another odd number. Let's have a look. 6 and 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, if you look, my top, if I add an odd and an odd, my answer is an even. If I add a different odd, 2 numbers together, my answer is odd. Is the answer always even, always odd, or sometimes? That's one for you to investigate. Okay, Year 2, I'll be back in a minute with your topics. See you soon. Bye.